Well, g'day everyone. I always remember that famous saying from Paul Hogan from Crocodile Dundee. Now, the saying was, "That's not a light." Now, this is a light. So SOONWELL sent me this really terrific light. They asked me if I was interested in reviewing it, and I had a look at it first because I do turn a lot of them down. But when I looked at this one, I thought, yeah, I'd love to, particularly because of the size of this. A lot of the lights that you get just aren't quite big enough to light up a whole body, whereas this one certainly is. And I'll sort of show that in use with one of the dummies that I've got in my studio there. I'll show you sort of the intensity and things like that you can get. But I thought we'd start off with looking at this first with the specifications and what you get with this light, and then we'll actually look at how it's used and how the menu system works as well. So to start with, let's look at the specifications. Okay, so if you're looking at this, it's called the RGB SENSEI tube, and the model that I've got is actually called the ST50, and it is from SOONWELL. I'll leave all the links down below. But if you're looking at this, one of the things that's great about it, it is weather resistant. So it is IP65 weatherproof level, so it allows outdoor using under various inclement weather environments. So you could use it in things like the rain as well. I have heard of people even submerging it, but I'm not sure I'd want to do that. But I think the IP65 does allow that for a certain depth, but someone may be able to correct me on that. But at least you could take this out if it was raining and things like that. And I am moving more and more away from using flash to using continuous lighting, so this aspect of it is terrific. It's saying it's got top quality light output. I'll measure this with my light meter just to sort of see what strength it is. I haven't got a colorimeter though, but I will measure it with my light meter to see what you get in an f-stop, to see if it's sort of usable that way. Now the battery is a replaceable battery. It just comes out from the bottom, and then you can charge it that way. There's two ways that you can actually use this. You can use it from plugged into the wall, or you can use it on battery. Now, it lasts 4 hours running time at maximum brightness, so that's an awful long time. A lot of these sort of die after around about 1 hour, but this will give you 4 hours of running time at maximum brightness, and it's saying it's got built-in 2 battery packs. It's just this one that slides in here. Must be 2 batteries put together. Another feature that this is terrific, and I'd love to get a few of these, because you can have a master light and then you can run all these slaves connected if you wanted to by wire, or if you have a wireless module, this DMX wireless module, you can control these all via wireless from your iPhone or your Android phone as well, which would be terrific. So that's one great feature about this. You could put them all over the place and then be controlling them independently. It does have its 2,600 Kelvin to 6,000 Kelvin on the CCT side of this. It's got 20 built-in effects. It's got 360 degrees HSI, RGBW over 4.2 billion colours. It's also got this lead cardboard. Now, I'm not quite certain what that is. It must be fitting colours from this lead cardboard. It must be a colour measuring system or a colour profiling system or something like that. XY speciality as well. Again, I'm not quite certain what that is. DMX, you can have wired or wireless DMX control with this. You can set the set C colour standard. It's got CCTS, which is 1600K to 20,000 Kelvin, and you've got also memory settings that you can set in this as well. So like I said, so there's a couple of things that I'm not sure about what they are, so I'll have to try and research about those at some stage. The stand is terrific. It has this stand that comes with it that you can hold up from the bottom, and I'll show you how this looks in a minute, because that's the way I'm using it. Or you can use the head that comes with it and attach it to the light through there as well, so you can use it on a light stand as well if you wanted to go that way. There's also a suspension that you can use as well by tying it in from the top from here. You get this great little bag that comes with it. It's all packed like this, as you see here. This is your plug to plug this into the wall, and these are your that's your little tripod mount that goes at the end of your tripod to attach to a light stand, and then you've got straps and things like that are in here, and you've got a little cable too. The parameters for this, the maximum output is 50 watts. and the color mode is RGBWW. It says the short color temperature is 2600 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin. The white color temperature mode is 1600 to 20,000 Kelvin. CRI is 96 plus, and the TLCI is 97 plus. It's also saying the illuminance at 6000 Kelvin is 2352 lux, and it gives you the figure there of the rating for that. And like I said, I'll actually check that with a light meter so that you can have a look at that. The AC power is 100 volt to 240 volts, and the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. And if you're interested in the size of this, it's 1150 by 47.6 by 51.9. And the battery packs, it's a 2-pack that goes in it. Also, the weight is 1.9 kilograms. With a single tube. The number of beads in the actual unit itself is 144 RGB and 288 dual color temperature beads as well. So what we'll do now is we'll just have a look at, I'll show you how you attach the light stand to it, and I'll also show you how the battery gets put inside it. And then we'll look at how it works in the actual studio. Now, the simple design of this is just the whole tube, obviously, and then you can put your power into here if you wanted to charge it from the wall. And like I said, you get an adapter to do that. Down the other end, you've just got your control here, which is very, very simple to use, and I'll show that just being used. And then you've got some controls at the top. I believe this is how you attach it to other lights and things like that. I've only got the one light, so I can't test that side of it. Now, the battery compartment is down the bottom. There's a little flick switch that you just sort of pull up like that, and then it opens up. Now, the battery itself just slides out like that. Now, you charge it out of the unit itself. There's just a point at the end there where you charge it. Or you could have it connected permanently to the wall. And then you just have to make sure that when you close this down, that it does clip in. Otherwise, it won't be waterproof. You can see now that it's actually held in place. So the build quality is really nice. It feels really good in the hands here. There's sort of a ribbing there that you can hold on to, which is nice. And the size is fantastic. I'll show that in a minute when I put it on the stand. So to attach the stand itself, I'm going to put it down the bottom here. Now, these are little clamps that you sort of see through here. Now, what they do is this part sits on the bottom, and this part just clamps in here. And then all you do is just clip it like that, and it's attached onto it. So it sort of holds it from the bottom here like that. And I'll show you how it stands up over here. I've just moved the audio over so you can hopefully hear me. So I've stood it up here, and you can sort of see the size. That's standing down. But if I hold it up sort of around this area, like I said, it would cover me completely. Now, I'm only 5'5", so I'm only a shorty. But this certainly will light up a very tall model, and I'll show you that when we go into the other room, just to have a look at that. But, that's it. It's great. And like I said, you can just leave it standing if you wanted to do it that way, or you can attach it to a light stand or something like that. Now, to turn this unit on, all you do is you just press the top button here, like that, and then you'll see that it lights up with SOONWELL, and then you're getting it to light up now. Now, you can see the strength that this is immediately looking from the back over here. So this is the little stand that it comes with. I've set this up to use on this stand at the bottom, but like I said, you can also use this higher up and connect it to a light stand, connecting it through here, the little head that you connect to it. I'm just going to put it onto the legs on like this. Now, the legs themselves are really good because I think they're all made of steel or metal anyway, so they're very good quality. So what we'll do now is we'll have a quick look at how the menu works, and then I'll show you how it works in the studio. And like I said, we'll test it with an f-stop to see what sort of power you're getting from this. Okay, so to turn the unit on, all I'll do is I'll just press at the top here, and then you can see that it has the SOONWELL that comes on. Then it tells you what your mode is up the top here. I'm not sure how easily you'll see this, but this is the CCT mode. And you can see here, this is your dim, that's your color, CCT color, and there's a green filter as well. You can take green out, in other words, or you could add green depending on how the color looks. So you can adjust that if you had something like a colorimeter or something like that and you wanted to take out green. So I'll just take you through how this works. If I press menu, it will jump down, and this is where your dimming is. At the moment, it's only on 1%. You can turn it completely off, or you can go up in 1% increment all the way up. and you'll see it'll be really bright as I go up full like that. So let me just bring this back down. Now, if I wanted to change the color, I can click once again on the menu button, and then I can change the color intensity from, now it's up to 6,000, so it's very blue. If I come down the opposite way, it'll go very, very warm, which is really nice. So you've got full control and you can balance to ambient light, which is nice as well. Or you could just go to daylight if you wanted to do, say, 5300. I could come back this way and then, you know, balance sort of around daylight that way as well if you wanted to go there. But you can completely balance it. And like I said, you can also take out some green if you want to take that out as well. If I bring this down to the next one, you have got memories as well. So if you'd like to save a certain setting on this, you can save it in here. Like if you like, for instance, wanted lightning or whatever, or a certain intensity or a certain color, you can save this as part of the memory through here, so you can just call that back up straight away. So the effects, there's 20 of them. I'll take you through these very, very fast. Now I've got the speed up on 0.1, so it's as fast as it will go at the moment. This is just called white cycle. And again, you can control the dimming if you'd like to as well. This is a warm cycle, so it's just sort of cycling between the warm colors. CCT jump will just jump between the colors this time, but only in the CCT, so it's only between your warm and your cool colors. CCT cycle as well will just cycle between those CCT colors. HSI will go through the full 360-degree spectrum, so you can do it that way. It'll go through all of your colors. If you wanted to jump, this will just jump through those colors, so it won't follow that 360-degree cycle. It'll just jump to any color that's there. Welding gives you a look of like a welding machine. Obviously, you'd have to have sound effects to these. This one is meant to simulate an explosion. Again, so that just sort of, you know, blows up, make a sound like blowing up. Fireworks is just sort of cycling between a couple of different colors to give you a fireworks type of effect. Bad bulb, obviously you'd hold above the subject and it gives you the look like a bulb is flashing. This is party lights. I'm just going to keep going. Fire. Now, if you added the crinkling of the fire going on, that'd be nice. Paparazzi is meant to simulate strobes that are going off when you see the newspapers and, you know, sort of that sort of stuff. TV is, it's sort of strobes like a TV flickering in the background. Cop car, so you can see that this is flashing between the red and the blue. This is the storm. And this one here is the HSI pulse, CCT pulse, HSI flash as well, and lastly it's CCT flash. You know, so they're great features. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to test the intensity of light. Now you would have an assistant holding this light up, but I'm just going to take a measurement from around here, but obviously you'd hold it up and take a measurement closer to the face. So the reading I'm getting when I do that is 1/100th of a second. It's on ISO 125 and it's on f1.4. Now, if you wanted to raise the ISO up, for instance, if you wanted to say shoot at 2.8, you'd have to shoot at ISO 500. Now it's not an issue at all shooting with ISO ranges around that nowadays with today's cameras because the ISO is so controlled. But it just shows you that from about 2 meters away that this is, or 1.5 meters away, I can shoot at, if I want 2.8, I can shoot at 1/100th of a second, ISO 500, and I'll get f2.8. So I want to show you just how good that this is and how powerful this is. Let me just turn this up. Now at the moment I am on 100% here, but I just thought I'd show you sort of what power you can get with this, and just by moving around. You know, if I was going to bounce it even off the light, off this reflector up the top, it'll give you an idea of what you're going to get there. If you want to move around, things like that. Like, this is really powerful. You can see that it's lighting the whole of this dummy up, which is amazing when you think about it. Like, I can't wait to use this in a shoot on location with the beautiful lights in the background and to get that beautiful bokeh that you have there as well. Okay, so let me know what you think about that. I think the light's going to be so good when you take it out on location, even for things like weddings and stuff. I really do love using continuous light now. It's a beautiful way of balancing the ambient light with your subject to that lighting, and then you can get the beautiful bokeh in the background, particularly if you're shooting sort of wide open. I'm really excited about trying this in some future shoots. I've just been in lockdown, so we haven't been able to get out and actually try it. That's why I've done everything in the studio. Apart from that, if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much, SOONWELL, for sending me this. I really do like it. And, stay tuned for when I've used it in some shoots coming up. I'll leave the links down below. Apart from that, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.